Alright guys, how's it going? So today I wanted to make a very quick video, very brief, about one of the best announcements that I heard during the time of E3. Now, I do want to admit that this did not happen during E3, but it happened while E3 itself was happening. So I'll count it as an E3 announcement, just so that I can clickbait the hell out of you guys. Sorry, not sorry. So there's this Japanese company out there called Illusion, and they make hentai games, one of the best hentai games out there. They're literally the Nintendo of hentai games. That's how good of a quality they have. And recently, they had a little bit of problems with their latest game called Koikatsu. Now, Koikatsu is basically a build-your-own anime character kind of game, where you can make your own girl, and you can put them all in a high school setting. It's literally like an empty classroom of like 30-something girls, and you can build and customize your own girls to the point where you can literally make anybody. Like, you've seen some Rankagura characters in there, Pokemon characters, literally any popular anime character that you can think of, it exists on Koikatsu. There's even a character downloader where you can go and actually download the character, so you don't have to make it yourself. You can just download it and enjoy the girl. They all have different personalities and different, sliders for you to change sizes of all kinds and stuff, different voices, pitches for the voices. You can do like their birthdays, their blood type, customize their names. It's chock full of stuff, and I love it. The game's been out for a while, and I've been playing it for a while too with the Japanese version, and it has VR support and everything, which is... whew! Damn! This truly is the future of VR gaming. It's glorious. It is a very simple game, but I love it to death. And then when I heard that Illusion was going to take Koikatsu and bring it over to the West, I got very, very happy. Illusion already has a history of bringing their games over to international territories. They started off, I think, with VR Kanojo, and then they had Honey Select Unlimited, and now I think their third game that they put out ever is Koikatsu. But unfortunately, Steam has had a very, very bad time with anime games recently. It seems like anything that is anime in any way, even though if it doesn't have any sexual content at all, it just gets banned off of Steam and is not allowed on there. Seriously, they're worse than Sony in this case. Because say what you want about Sony, yeah, they censor the hell out of their games, at least the freaking games come out, as opposed to Steam that just flat out doesn't let them have it. For games that are literally family friendly for all ages, it's actually ridiculous. It was supposed to come out, but then all of a sudden it just got rejected, and it didn't pass. It essentially got banned. And then I got really sad because I thought this would be like another Omega Labyrinth kind of situation, right? Of like, okay, the game is fully translated and ready to go, but is this one thing that is not letting them go in, right? Like, they can literally just release the game right now and it didn't come out. But during E3, we got a very, very good piece of news. There is a brand new game that they came out with on Steam and is on Steam right now called Koikatsu Party. And so this version of the game, very cleverly, is just the character creator and nothing else. It doesn't have any of the high school stuff that Steam for some reason doesn't like. Apparently Steam hates having high school setting games on there. So yeah, no Persona 5 on that shit, I guess. And they did a very similar thing to what they did with VR Kanojo, which is a VR hentai game where all you do is just have sex with somebody in VR. But when you buy the game, there's barely any of the content. It's like a demo where you do very basic things and there's no sex in it. What you have to do is to go to Illusion's official website and download a patch that actually gives you all the sexual content on it. And so for Koikatsu Party is exactly the same thing. I love it. I love that they keep kind of like snaking around, being like, oh yeah, the game is out there. Yeah, all of that stuff got cut out. You won't be seeing any of that dirty, horrible sexual stuff in there. Yeah, keep playing your Mortal Kombats and your hyper-violent games. I'm sure the kids won't be traumatized over that, There's no way you could ever get any of our sexual content, It's not like you can go to the website and just download a patch and put it on there yourself. But yeah, download a patch, put it in there, you have the game. So if you go to Koikatsu Party's Steam page and then you're like super like angry or impressed, is like, why would you charge me $60 for a character creator? Well, you're not necessarily paying for the character creator. You're paying for all of the other content that you have to download from Illusion's website. And also a friendly reminder that if all you want is just the character creator, there is a version for that. It's called Vkatsu, which is a software made for virtual YouTuber kind of stuff. You can create your own character on there, and then you can use that with your VR headset and move around like you are the anime character, and you can make YouTube videos with it and stuff. Right now in Japan, the virtual YouTuber craze with like Kizuna Ai and whatnot, it exploded, you know, like there are so many virtual YouTubers out there now that, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if there's people out there using Koikatsu today, right now, to make their own little anime personalities through that game. And that software is free. You can just download Koikatsu for free, so yeah. And you know, that's all well and good, but the thing that matters to me is the one where you can create your own high school anime girl fantasy with completely endless possibilities of the kind of characters that you want to create. I've made a bunch of original characters on my own as is. Now, there is a catch to this. This is all well and good, but there are a few problems here. In the Japanese version of the game, they're actually way ahead when it comes to expansions, DLC, new outfits, VR support. Koikatsu Party has none of these things, which is kinda sad. Sure, we have the full game translated and that's all well and good, but no VR? Jesus, man, that's a make or break for me, honestly. A lot of the DLC expansions don't exist, which is a problem because in the Japanese version, there are a bunch of brand new personalities that you can insert onto the girls, and in this new one, it just isn't there. Now, granted, most of the content will come out of your creativity and seeing all the different characters that can be made out of it, obviously, and then placing them all in a high school setting and having to romance all of them and stuff. I mean, you're gonna get a pretty good bang for your buck if you like to play good quality hentai games. But because I have personally been spending a lot of time with the Japanese version of the game and modding it and stuff like that, I have so many more things on my Japanese copy than I ever would on my Western copy that I will eventually buy. I know myself too well. I am gonna pay for that game eventually. But yeah, for the people that don't really know anything about all the stuff that they're missing out on, this is gonna be great for them. And I really do like to bolster and promote games like these because as soon as Steam allowed 18+ games to be on their platform, we have got a lot of garbage games. Like Puzzle Slider, Hentai Girl, a lot of really crappy VR stuff. All you gotta do is just go to the 18+ adult section of Steam and see so much crap, it's ridiculous. And so when we actually get something good, like literally anything made by Illusion, I want to, you know, get the word out and be like, hey, this is good. If you like hentai games and you don't mind, you know, going online and be like, username is playing this, then sure, man, go ahead and knock yourself out. Knock yourself off, too. I would rather have you play that than literally all of the other crappy hentai games that exist on Steam right now. And I don't want it to be flooded by all of those other bad games that I mentioned, right? Because there's so many of them that come out every day, right? And I don't want Illusion to, like, be lost amongst the crowd. So yeah, Koikatsu, pretty good. I think people really aren't going to acknowledge that this game exists until we start to see popular characters be recreated in the game, and then we see people putting screenshots on Twitter or whatever. I already saw a screenshot of the freaking Pokemon characters, Sonia and Nessa, those new waifu bait Pokemon from Sword and Shield. Yeah, those already got recreated in Koikatsu, and they look practically exactly the same as how they do in the original Pokemon game. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. This is the power of Koikatsu. Hell, and if you want to see me do some stuff, I already got my #1 waifu from Samurai Kagura, Ikariga. Yeah, I made her in that game, and I did things to her in virtual reality, and it was awesome! So yeah, the $60 price tag is pretty heavy, so I would personally recommend that you wait for a sale, and when it's out there for maybe like 30 bucks or something, get it. But you know, whatever support you can give to Illusion to let them know that we want these high quality games to come out on Steam, then you know, the more support the better. So yeah, the greatest announcement from E3 that technically didn't happen at E3, but it was during E3, so it counts. Don't judge me.